Then take a little bit with your hand, and as I said to you before, this is very nice stuff to work with. It's child friendly. You won't have any problems with it. People complaining that it's perhaps toxic or it's not child friendly. We work that in, and as I've said, tried to show you before today, make the ears solid. Sections of the ears can be solid. Pat it in with your finger and make sure that you get it about the right thickness. You see where the neck is here? And put that in. Remember, there's no real great hurry here. We have time to work with it. And we do this side of the face, the head, the right hand side. Put it in, stick in where the ears are. In with the nose. There we are, that looks good, and you can just sort of hollow it out slightly there. A little bit where the neck is here will do. That will do okay. Now we do the left side of the head, and it looks like we've probably mixed up just the right amount to get this mould done. Remember, we can make it a little bit hollow there. Do the ear, and you'll see this should give you a pretty good idea of the constituency of the substance. In other words, you've got to make it like a paste so that you can work it in fairly easy. That looks pretty good. Now we just got to do this nose part. This is the mouth and nose, and there we're not too worried about it being hollow, so we can just slap it in there. Do this part for the neck. Okay, that's looking alright. Now, let's put the pieces together. And what we do, let's start with that. Remember, I explained to you the registration. You'll see now how important it is. And what we can do in there is just show you how that fits together. Hold it carefully, and make sure that you get your registration once again. You can feel it. It's in place there. Get your finger inside where you can now, and just make sure that we've got enough on the lip here. So what we're looking at is to get it, to make sure that there's sufficient paper pulp in place here. A little bit more in there where the nose is. That's looking alright. Now we can put in the last piece. And there it goes in place. Perfect. Right. So we mixed up a little bit too much pulp, but that doesn't matter. You can just build up a little bit more on the outside here if you want to make the collar where we will attach the material for the costume. Make that a little bit thicker. And we can use a good old fashioned paintbrush here and just get this hole more or less the right size. Okay, as I said before, press that into place, get hold of your masking tape and carefully take this up. Pull it tight with your masking tape. As I've said before, it's better to use this than elastic bands, because at least with the masking tape you know there's going to be no chance of this breaking. Right, so we've almost done it. We've got a little bit left over. Something I can perhaps mention to you, once you've got that, collect these pieces together. And this you can use Just roll it lightly like that into a ball, and you can leave it here. And that is your test piece. That will actually give you some sort of indication by looking at that, how it's drying inside the mold. So it's always good if there's a little piece left over, just put it one side and it'll give you some sort of an idea on what is happening inside your mold. Is it setting? How long is it taking to dry? Because depending on the amount of water that you put in, your drying times can vary. But that needs to be left for at least half an hour to 1 hour before you start to remove the mold. I think we've left this sufficiently long enough to be able to take it out of the mold. Now you can see the test piece that I mentioned is set. It's still a little bit soft, but it's more or less set rigid, and that indicates to us that it's time now for us to open the mold. It'll be good enough. So let's just take the masking tape off. Get hold of our pocket knife. I find that this works incredibly well for opening molds. And what we do is you'll see everything seems to be fairly tight, but what you must do, just ease it open, go all the way around your mold and just crack it. You'll see all of a sudden it comes loose. Right, now we're removing this back section, and we should have, all being well, should have some fairly good results. There we are. That part is open, and you can see we've got quite a nice cast. Now let's take the left and right side of the face off. We can probably first remove the lower section to the mouth. Let's just have a go at moving this one. It might be easier for us just to take this one off first. Once again, little by little, we just ease it until we feel comfortable with it coming off. Shouldn't be too difficult to get this piece out. A little bit on the tight side, but we can just lever it. There we are. There we are. That looks good. So part of the mold came off perfectly well. Now we can take the left and the right. We can just lever that until it comes off. That's quite a nice clean release. We're a little bit stuck here on one side. There we are. That's come off perfectly. And now we can just take off the left side. And there you have it. All the pieces are removed from the mold, and we can now just very neatly take a pair of tin snips and we can clean off the flashing, the surplus flashing. Cut this off at the bottom. What we're doing now is we're just getting everything ready so that we can then put it in the microwave. Set your microwave on 2 minutes, put the head in there and let it cook for 2 minutes. Be careful, don't overcook it. My advice is not to go more than 2 minutes at a time, with slight intervals in between. And then you can do that 6 times, and by that time you should be able to take this out and it should be baked totally hard, and you should have something like this, which is the wolf's head. And you can see this is incredibly hard material, and much more durable than a substance like porcelain. In other words, you can drop this with very little chance of it breaking. I can perhaps, just before leaving off, show you a few other products that have been made. I'm in the process now of, that's Figaro from the Walt Disney film Pinocchio, which has been taken out of a mold. Exactly the same process was used here. Probably 3-4 piece mold was made, and this is also cast. And what I've done, you can see if you look closely, there are places where I've already used the alkaline wood filler just to get a smoother finish to fill up those little holes. Also there, we have a Pinocchio that I'm preparing. I'll show you a finished product of that just now, but you'll see that's the type of finish we'll end up getting with the head once we've given it some filler and we've painted it. I'm busy actually using the moulds for this character. I made 2 puppets for Neva and for Liam of Pinocchio, plus Jiminy Cricket and the little kitty. And we finished, Ronnie helped me finish them off the paint job. You'll see here's the arms, and what's going to shows you don't be scared to make separate components. In other words, do your hands separately, do the arms separately, cast your feet and your legs separately, and the body separately. Only with the bigger items like the body and with the head do you worry about working it in the mold in order to get a hollow cast. You can also make it solid if you want. But smaller items like the feet and the legs and that for strength, keep that in mind, that it's worthwhile making them solid. There we have the same molds being used to make all the components, and we have a doll. You can see in this particular case, here's a very good example of why we make the body hollow, so that we can actually fit whatever we want in joints and that into the body itself. Lovely job. Also very flexible, movable, can be made to sit, and there's his little companion, Jiminy Cricket. It's been great spending this time with you. It's a lot of fun making stuff like this. To the viewer it might look like a lot of work, but the rewards at the end of the day are fantastic. And my advice to you is spend a bit of time doing some creative work and make your life a lot happier and a lot fuller. Thanks very much.